Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm not fixing any bikes today. I might fix something else though, I'll show you. However, I've also got to explain that thumbnail to you. So, the thumbnail. Well, like a lot of people doing what I do, fixing bikes, it tends to be a part-time venture, and that's been no different for me. So for the past 4 years since I opened this workshop, it's been part-time. I've also had a full-time job doing continental shifts. That's 4 days on, 4 days off, 4 nights on, 4 days off. So in the 4 days off between the shifts, I've been fixing bikes, and it's actually worked really, really well. On night shifts, you get the afternoon to fix bikes as well, so you get a lot of hours in there, and it's actually worked pretty well. However, the last 12 months, as you probably noticed, I've also been doing YouTube as well. YouTube is extremely time consuming, especially the editing, etc. So between my day job, fixing bikes, YouTube and editing, something I had to give, that's for sure. That's practically 4 full-time jobs really, honestly. It's absolutely bonkers. So, end of 2025, I made the decision, enough is enough. I'm not paying into somebody else's pocket anymore. I've gone full-time. Full-time fixing bikes and full-time YouTube alongside that. So that gives me another sort of 48 hours a week, so hopefully we can just about squeeze it all in. That's the plan anyway. So obviously I've given up a full-time salary. That's pretty scary. I was in engineering, so it was actually pretty reasonable, to be honest. I did 20 years in food manufacturing, the last 2 years in a dairy just down the road from me, literally a mile away. But really my heart is in this, fixing bikes, doing YouTube, and you only live once, that's what they say, right? So here we go. Anyway, I had a grand plan end of September last year, 2025, to look for a bigger premises, because this is just way too small for what I need it for, and that was going really, really well. So I was basically a week away after 4 months of negotiation, or pretty much a week away of signing the lease, and then the landlord decided they're going to fix some subsidence cracks in the building. I'll show you those. They're pretty big, to be honest. So that's been put on hold, which is a bit of a massive frustration, to be honest. That could be end of this year, so we could be 9-10 months away on that one. So in the meantime, as I've now got full-time, I've decided to spend some time and money investing into this workshop to make it a bit more usable in the meantime. Who knows? It may be permanent, it may be so good, I may not want to move. So that's today's plan, is to do a bit of a revamp of the workshop, show you what the plans are. We've got some new toolboxes coming, liquor paint, a few more lights, a bit more storage for customers' bikes and stock. But before that, let me just show you the unit that may still come to fruition, hopefully, because it's pretty damn impressive, really. I mean, it's massive. It's probably 5-6 times the size of this place, and it's probably excessive, I'll be honest with you. However, it's a pretty good price, and it will open up a lot of opportunities going forwards. So hopefully that does still come through end of this year, but like I said, that could be 9, 10, 12 months away. Who knows? I'll talk you through the unit and tell you what the plans are or were for it. Apologise for some flickering lights. The lights in there are not very good at the moment, but I'll just skim through quickly and explain what's what, and hopefully, like I say, end of this year we'll be moving in there. That's the plan. So into reception. It's a big area, so I can do sort of bike inspections without having to take them into the workshop, which would be a massive bonus. Upstairs and downstairs. So into the main sort of workshop area. Undecided whether I'd use the section on the right that you see there, or the back wall there for the sort of main work stand area, but loads and loads of room there. Big secure shutter door. So take a look upstairs. It's basically a big mezzanine upstairs. Loads of space, absolutely loads. So the intention up here would be to sort of start selling used bikes. So there's room for maybe 20-30 bikes down this side here, as you see there. Massive space. And on the other side, I would get some work stands up there and plan to do some sort of training sessions with. Down here, there's a bit of an open space here, a bit of a shop maybe, toilets and a kitchen. So it's a pretty big unit. It's got a nice road outside for test riding. It's got a lot of free parking for customers. It's just fantastic. It just opens up so many options for stuff that I want to do. Start selling some used bikes, etc. as well upstairs, like I say. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for that. So today's video, like I say, we're going to be doing some work in this workshop. Liquor paint with some new toolboxes. So I'll try and do a bit of a time lapse for you, but hopefully you can see a big difference from the before and after. So let's get cracking with that. So the plan is these toolboxes are going to stay, obviously, because they're fantastic, and we're going to extend these now. So we're going to get a corner unit in here, got another toolbox, tool chest here to fit in there. All this rubbish will be going away. Try and find a bit more of a permanent home for the Cinta. This is going to go around the corner because it's pretty decent storage. That's not relevant to the space, that'll come out. This grinder is going to move, drill will move, all this stuff will be moved, clear the worktop, wheel jig in the middle, paint the walls, get rid of all of this, so it'll be a nice open space. We've got some new lights to put up on there so I can actually see what I'm doing on the workstand, because it gets a bit dark there, to be honest with you. And then we're going to go around the back and make a lot of storage for customers' bikes, because I struggle for space at the moment for bikes. I normally get about 15 in here, sort of 4 of those are normally work in progress, so they're hanging on the wall with bits and bobs missing off them. So I need to clear that space and make it a lot more usable for bikes. Anything else that's not bikes is coming out as well. So it's going to be dedicated purely for bikes. At the moment there's odds and ends in there, there's car tools and stuff, so that's all coming out as well. So I've got a friend coming around to give me a hand today, hopefully, to move all this and put the new toolboxes in. And I'll try and leave it on a bit of a time lapse for you to see that difference as well. So let's get going on that. Wish me luck. Step 1 complete. It's like a paint time. Painted. Cheers, Jason. He's going to go down well. Right, so other side of the workshop, this wall here is going to be work in progress bikes. All this stuff's coming off in a minute. I'm going to move these racks, all these tyres, a lot of tyres. They're all going to move. All these boxes are coming off the wall, and then we're putting these racks on the wall for storage. And then this wall here with frames is going to be all shelving units, and all this is going to be just rejigged. So I'm not going to bother filming that. I'm going to show you the afterwards when it's all done. Just waiting for the toolboxes delivered, so we'll make a start. Been a busy day. That's stage 1 complete, so toolboxes are pretty much in. Final few tweaks to do, a bit of levelling up, secure them together, but oh my god, so much space now. This cupboard is enormous. I could live in there, literally. So much space in there, and all the tools in the world you want down here, so yeah, that's pretty good. So this wall here is going to be sort of work in progress wall, so you can hang 4 bikes there, 4 frames, anything with wheels missing. So this back wall here will hold all the bikes hanging up vertically, I think, at the moment, so we'll hopefully get about 10, 11 bikes on that wall. These hooks are moving into the middle, so all the tyres can be hung more centrally, and then a new strip light either side of that, so I can see what I'm doing. I made a bit of a start on here. These cabinets will be full of small parts. There'll be some more shelves up here for all stock. And then, yeah, there's a little bit of a mess still to do, but that's the new bit there. And that's the new sort of work in progress bikes wall. So it's looking pretty good so far. Still a lot of work to do, but I did actually manage to fix 1 bike today, but at the moment I'm closed for 4 or 5 days while I complete this sort of renovation and space creation project, because I really, really need it. So I'll wrap up for today, continue tomorrow. I'm not sure there's much more I can show you tomorrow, apart from putting these racks behind the camera and tidying the rest of it, put stuff where it should be, because it's a right mess at the moment. By the way, this is not sponsored. I bought all these toolboxes, I bought everything. Nothing's sponsored here. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Update for end of day 2 of the sort of transformation, renovation, whatever you want to call it. Let me show you what I've been doing. I've been busy. Nothing happened here yet, apart from I took out all these inner tubes and stuff. There'll be all this stuff's coming out soon. So I'm painting this tomorrow, so that should be interesting. All of that stuff's got to come off first, obviously. On the side, we've got pretty much a clear worktop now, actually. Still a bit of painting to do at the top there. So wheel jig's going to sit there. These can sit here. New cupboards are all installed. We still need to find a way to fill the gap of these. We'll work that out. Walls are all painted. So new lights have arrived. They've got to go up. Spare stand is bolted on there. I found a decent used arbor press. It needs a bit of a paint, but it's actually a really good bit of kit, so that'll be used. All these drawers are sort of temporarily filled with tools and stuff at the moment, so they'll be organised. Come around here, where most of the work's been today. So now we have space to hang up about 15 odd bikes. So these customers' bikes at the moment, waiting to be mostly done, actually, to be fair. So this wall down here is work in progress bikes, things that are waiting for parts, bits missing. Grinders mounted there. Yes, it's going to foul with this, so I've got to be careful when I'm doing that. I've got a heater, but it's a bit old, does work. These are all sort of old parts that need to be separated into these containers. This wall now is getting a little bit more organised with cubby holes and spares and whatnot. Inner tubes and Shimano spares are living in here. Anybody wants some TPU tubes? I've got a few spare. So yeah, we're getting there. And a million tyres hanging up. It's been a busy, busy day, and probably another 2 or 3 days work left. I've got nothing scheduled in. I'll postpone everybody until Monday at the moment, so I've got another 4 days left to finish up what needs doing. So yeah, paint the wall tomorrow. I'll get back to you then. So day 3, all this stuff is coming off, all the bikes, all the tools. I'm going to take all the screws and whatnot out. So I'm going to take pictures first, obviously, and hopefully I can get them back in where they were. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to take them all off, paint the wall. Let's go. Got a new mat on order, so this is going now. This is the old muck off one. Have a look underneath here. That's what colour it used to be. I think it's seen better days. Fantastic rug though, to be honest. I highly recommend one of these. It's had some abuse though over the years, that's for sure. So we've got a new one coming. Not a muck off one, slightly bigger one, with no branding on it. That's everything off now. Quite a bit of work there actually, to be fair. It's going to be an even bigger job putting it back together. So I took the shelves off. Any stock that was there, that's going to live around the back now because there's loads of room for that stuff now. The top shelf with the lubes and stuff, that's going to drop down 6 inches. I'll clean that up, put some, reduce the contents on there as well because there's a bit too much stuff on there at the moment. So I'm going to put a white primer on there and then you'll see what colour it is. So this partition wall, I built this, well, I got somebody else to build it, what, 4 years ago? Way before I knew I was going to be doing YouTube. So I think it kind of works, and potentially I'd like it a couple of feet further back, but I'd struggle around the back end then. That sounded wrong, didn't it? But yeah, it kind of works. And just needs a lick of paint because it just looks a bit busy on the videos. I'm well aware of that. People have commented before, so hopefully this is going to fix that. I'm just going to measure the room because I'm sure there's a lot of people wondering how much room you've got in there if you can do something similar. So I'll give you the measurements. So we're about 5 meters by 6.5 meters squared. I don't know what that is in feet, sorry. I'll try and put it on the screen if I remember. But that's the space I'm working with. The new unit that I showed you is 2,000 square feet, whatever it is. So it's quite a bit bigger than this, guys. But anyway, maybe one day. But for now, we're just going to get this painted and see how we end up. So the green screen, by the way, I'm hoping to try and make a bit more use of that. I've had it quite a long time. I've only used it once or twice. It's pretty handy. I just need to learn how to use it in the software. But yeah, it's pretty useful bit of kit. All right, let's go. Just before painting this wall, I want to take a minute to shout out this video's sponsor, sportandleisure.com. Sponsors like sportandleisure.com enable projects like this. It's as simple as that. So I'm eternally grateful to them for their support over the last few months and look forward to working with them for a very long time. So when you're in the middle of a job, the last thing you want is progress to come to a grinding halt because the part you ordered that said it was in stock isn't actually in stock. I've waited 4 weeks before, trust me. That's why I use Sport and Leisure. They're a UK-based company, their stock levels are live. If their website says it's on the shelf, it really is on the shelf. Order before 3 PM and it ships the same day with free UK shipping. And next day delivery is only £2.50, which is a no-brainer when you're trying to keep the workflow in. So they've also updated the discount scheme for the channel. If you head over to sportandleisure.com/BCR or scan the QR code on screen right now, it'll generate a unique web page to yourself and generate a 10% discount off your first order at checkout. So if you're buying parts anyway, it's an easy saving. The link's down below and a massive thanks again to sportandleisure.com for continuing to support the channel. All right, let's get this wall painted. Yeah, I might have forgotten to buy a bigger roller, but never mind. It'll be more precise like this. It'll take a bit longer. Make sure you like and subscribe for more expert painting tips. I mean, look at that, it's work of art. I really apologise to any professional painter decorators out there. I know that's the sketchiest job you've ever seen in your life. It's just a primer coat. Just got to seal the OSB up so it doesn't just drink all the new paint that's going on shortly. All right, 2 hours for this to dry. Go for a cuppa and tidy up around the back a bit because it's a bit of a mess. I'll see you soon with a big reveal. It took nearly 7 hours to dry, not 2 hours that it said on the tin, but hey, never mind. So I'm going to paint it now, and then hopefully in the morning it's dry and I can start putting the tools back on, and then I think we're getting somewhere then. Let me show you what colour I've gone for. I kind of like the white, but obviously putting oily tools on a white wall is not going to work really, so we're going to have to go with something a little bit more practical. So let me show you what we've gone for. I'm saving my good gloves, staying with these. You ready for this one? It's not very exciting, don't get too excited. Grey. Classic YouTube grey. This is what AI is recommended we use. Grey paint. Let's go. I don't have another fluffy roller. I've only got these foam ones, but lost. Never mind. I'm sure it'll work. That's the way it will, you know. It's not going in so well because of the holes and the OSB, so I'm going to try a brush instead. Let me find it. Where did I put that? No good. Brush didn't work, but I found one of these. Back in business. What do we think? Not finished yet. Obviously I've got to cut all the edges in, but I'm not going to show you that. That really is about as exciting as watching paint dry, but let's see how it dries. And I think once you get some nice shiny spanners on there and some contrasting colours, I think that's going to look really good. I've seen an artist impression from ChatGPT, thank you very much. Actually looks really good. So let's let it dry. I'll touch in these bits here. A couple of bits might need a second coat, and then I'll come back tomorrow and we'll start loading it back up again. Day 4. Today's job is to load all this back up with tools and a couple of bikes. I'm going to change the bikes up. I'm going to put a diamond back up there and leave the red shred up. Get some lights up as well. And then I think probably tomorrow, day 5, is just going to be tidying up and cleaning. But hopefully should be about ready to use again, because I've got a bike queuing up now, honestly. It'll be a busy week next week, that's for sure. Anyway, let's get cracking with this. So first of all, I'm going to put the bikes up. Like I say, I'm going to put a different bike up here. So the Cannondale that was up there, the Beast of the East, I think I'm going to start using some parts off that, especially the wheels, because they're so good. Build something slightly different. And then your red shred will go back up here as well though. So let's get the brackets up, get a couple of bikes up first. And it's still freezing. If you are looking for brackets to hang things on the wall, these things are fantastic for this. I don't know why it's shaped like a teddy bear, but they do a great job. I'll put a link below, but they're very, very basic, very, very strong. For displaying bikes and stuff like that, they're really, really good. So I could see the holes pretty easily for these brackets, but I think the tools might be slightly more challenging. This is Super V frame. I'm quite tempted to build this into a bike. As far as I'm aware, all the bits that I need are here. It's got a head shock fork on it, it's got a Reezy rear shock. I'm not sure if it works or not. I think it does actually, I think I tried it. So I might build this up into a bike, so I'll probably strip down the Beast of the East at some point over the year. Put the bits on this and see if we can make a very early full suspension bike. Quality frame this is. Polishes up lovely as well. They're quite heavy on your own. Alright, see if we can work out where the tools were now, because I think that looks pretty good actually. I think you'll see the contrast now with the grey. It just makes everything pop so much nicer. So let's chuck some tools up here next. These are what I use to hold the torque wrenches on. Basically they're just old sockets in whatever size. Quarter, half inch and a 3/8, and then just put a screw through the middle, just rounded the screw out so there's not much left of it, and then just screw it into the wall and then clip your torque wrench into the end of it. So I took pictures of where everything goes first, so hopefully I can just about, because you can't really see the holes, I'll be honest, I suspected that may be the case, but if I know roughly where to look, I think I should be able to find the holes, so let me persevere with these. So now you start to see the contrast between the grey and the shiny silver. Actually looking really, really good. So I'm just going to persevere and see how many holes I can find. If not, I'm going to have to make some up as I go along. Like I say, I have dropped this shelf down sort of 6 inches as well, so the pedal spanner that you couldn't see before will be more visible. And then we'll load this up again with some selected lubricants, so we say. So I'll carry on, find any holes that I can actually see, and then work out the rest. Maybe new ones, it's fine. And then try and time lapse it a bit for you. It's going to take me a while, that's for sure. So I'll try and fast forward this into about 1 million speed, and it'll take me 30 seconds. Let's get going. So in the 3D printed video, I downloaded these off Part Tool. These are for these preset torque wrenches. They come with pegs, but obviously I printed it without pegs because I'm not using a pegboard. So I've got two choices. I can either try and stick it on, or we can try and drill a hole through it and hold it. It's not holding a great deal of weight. I think the density on this is going to be a little bit on the light side. I might use a combination of both. Put a little screw through there, through his room just, and then stick it on with some 3M tape. It's getting somewhere. I can't quite see the holes here, so I'm making this up a little bit as I go along. I mean, a lot of you guys would say, why don't you use pegboard? But I really don't like pegboard at all. I don't like the look of it. Don't like the way you're limited to where you want to put things. Just don't like it. That's why I'm not using it. And yes, I could have took this opportunity to rearrange and declutter, but the thing is, I've been using these tools for, what, 3-4 years now in exactly the same place. And it's going to take me another 3-4 years to learn where they are. If I move them all back, so I'm trying to put them back exactly where they were, best I can. If you ever need to use this tool, you're in for a bad day. FAG plastic bottom brackets that have been there 30 years. Oh wow. So starting to look really good now. My friend's coming in any second now to put the lights up, so I'm going to leave this for now, get these lights up, and then I'll continue with this later on. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results so far. It's looking fantastic. I think this is going to be a game changer for the videos. Background's going to look so nice, honestly. Right, switch it off now, and I'll come back when these lights are up. You might need some sunglasses, I'm hoping. So end of day 4, I didn't quite get it all finished because these lights and new sockets took way longer than I thought. So I'll carry on with that tomorrow. I'm not going to show you the lights yet. I'm going to go for a grand reveal at the end. It's pretty dark at the moment, but oh my God, they are fantastic. Right. So I'll just continue loading these up today, rest of the wall. I made a decision, nothing's really going to go above this line, so some of the spanners that were up there, I'm going to take them down. I'm going to move this one again. So there was some bits and pieces in there. They didn't really get much use, the old press and stuff, so I'm going to try and keep it to this level here and just work my way along there. I'm also going to paint the 2 tool boards that are over there as well. And then at the end of all that, I'll switch these mad lights on and give you a grand reveal. Got quite a few customers today, so I won't be doing any filming, but I'll cut back to you later in the day when she should be about done. 6 days later, and it is done. I don't think much to the lighting. Maybe I should switch them on. Are you ready for this? There's 1. There's 2. What do you reckon? It's pretty damn bright in here. Wow, absolutely fantastic. Even with these sunglasses on, it's Jesus. Whew. Anyway. Let me show you around. So the tool wall is done, looks beautiful. I have took some tools down, I've kept it all along this line here. I've took the shelves off that were there. I've kept most of this section clear. I've got some lubricants down this side though. So down this end, again, more tools, more lubes, many lights. We have all the lights. So that looks fantastic. I think when I'm actually filming stuff now, you're going to see a massive difference on here. It does look absolutely incredible. I'm really impressed with that. I've got a new mat down here as well. Replaced the old muck-off one that was, well, dead. So other side, obviously I painted this tool board, rearranged it. There was another one down this side here. I've took that off now. Don't need that. Got a new socket there, which was desperately needed. These obviously the original toolboxes. Cleaned up everything here. I've also put 2 studio lights up. There's one there permanently mounted now, and obviously one there permanently mounted. This is all the new toolboxes here. Wheel true and jig going there. We got my new arbor press there. I need to paint it. Spare stand here for forks and temporary storage. It's not for actually working on bikes. It used to be there before on the old bench. It worked very well. Centre sort of lives down here at the moment. It looks pretty good there. So yeah, it looks pretty damn impressive, honestly. I'm so happy with this. It's going to be a massive change for the videos, I think, quality wise. With this amount of light, it's just going to be incredible. So yeah, she's looking really good. And this is a bit more organised than what it was. And around the back, still a little bit of tidying up to do around here, but all the bikes basically are available to be hung on the wall now. Obviously, if I've got any massive heavy e-bikes, I'm not going to put them on there. I do have space down here still where all the other ones used to live, so I've got space for some beasts down here if need be. And storage-wise, I can pretty much find what I want. Obviously, it's still not the biggest place in the world, but it's a lot more organised than it was before. And then that goes through to the workshop there. So a sneak peek of the first bike to be filmed here now is going to be this Kinesis titanium bike. Beautiful bike. However, all this Campag stuff is coming off, so that's going. That's going. Wheels are going. We've got some new wheels and new tyres, and obviously these are going. So this bike's going to go to Ultegra 12-speed Di2. According to Kinesis, this frame is compatible with Di2, so obviously the battery's going to live in the seat post. There is a rubber port here for front derailleur. I'm struggling to see where the rear cable's going to go. It's got to go through the chainstay and up here, so that could be interesting in the video. But yeah, it's a beautiful bike, and I got some other bits and pieces that you'll see when I to do the video, and be a pretty interesting one to do, I think. Anyway, that's coming up soon in the revamped workshop. So I hope you did enjoy that. Probably a few revelations there you weren't expecting. It's been a hard week for myself. I've had a bit of help from a couple of friends, which has been fantastic, but I think you'll agree the end result has just been absolutely phenomenal. This is really going to transform the videos. The lighting that you see now, the videos are just going to literally look like night and day. So I'm really excited to crack on with those. I say this is the next one that's going to be done. I've been saving this one until this work's been done. So yeah, we are full-time now, full-time YouTube, full-time fixing bikes. I do need everyone's support. If you've not already done so, I really need you to hit that subscribe button now, because it makes a huge difference. We've got a target of 100,000 subs. It seems an awful long way away at the moment. I've got an empty wall there, ready to fill it with plaques. Let's see if we can do that. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time when this thing is in bits. See you later.